Simone Gianelli, our first server of the semifinal, and it's an ace.
Immediately he gets the matchup with Gigerstern and Rockmont next to each other. He can target half of the court, splits the seam perfectly on his first service effort.
Gianelli off the tape, Gigerstern handles it and comes through the middle. Triple block first time up and used.
Ball is for a touch and immediately a challenge. Asked for by Fabio Soli.
A reminder that each team gets 2 challenges and 2 timeouts per set. I didn't see one there. Initial, Book, what about you?
It's missed the right hand of Jan Kosmurnik. He was the first one to turn around and say there was no touch there.
If you lose your challenge, you lose it and you have 1 remaining, but they get to keep it. Slovenia are a very good challenge. Klinicic serving, setter 4. Slovenia, good. Solo. Get used to it, that's Jan Kosmurnik.
Great choice in the middle by Kosmurnik. He's not going to be one of those real highlight players, but he has one of the fastest brains in volleyball. Always in the right place, always under control. But Uros Klinicic, I think to serve at some players you'll see a bit more next season as he moves to Italy.
Lavia sends it well. Middle, taking some attention away, 1-on-1.
Especially rotation 1, it is the unique situation with the opposite hitting from position 4 that teams have a slightly different distribution to what they normally might have. Slovenia looking for something particular.
There he is. Micheletto's serve is good, and Slovenia gets themselves out of what is always tough with Micheletto in the back corner.
It's a nice find by Klinicic to get to Kosmurnik on the shift. A lovely angle. Good chance for Lavia to let Alasso play that ball.
Richlicki handles the first one. Ball out. Richlicki had a great impact the other day in a million different ways.
He's a very consistent performer. He doesn't take a lot away from the table. He's really good at making sure that there's a low error rate in his contact with the ball.
Rock Mojis sounds like a rock star. Oh, that was filthy. Up the middle.
Tough situation. Gigerstern has to prioritize Blitsky. Kosmurnik is ready for the ball to go to 4. So Slovenia really trying to implement some aggressive block tactics.
Slovenia stacked to the right. To the middle again, body.
A lot of ball going to the middle early. That's a good sign for Slovenia's receivers. Also, that as the set goes on, there will be a chance to be a little bit more expansive to the offense, as the threat of Kosmurnik and Stelika is ever present.
You can get the 1-on-1. Good news. Micheletto to Lavia. This is the thing. We saw them frozen on the first serve, and now this. No one's moving towards it.
Mozic gets stuck on the baseline. A nice timing variation. Ball from Lavia over the top into the gap. Mozic stops himself. He has to go, lay out, play this ball.
And of course, that's the rotation. Without a libero on the floor, no Kovacic to sweep in and save the day. Richlicki. When it gets away, it gets away.
Gigerstern is not a player who misses often, so for him to miss is a rarity. Also, interestingly, we're 10 points in and it's his first attack.
Yeah, you'd expect to see him much more frequently than that. Well handled, tough serve, over the top and through to the back line.
Normal service has resumed for Tonček. Rok Mozic doing a really tidy job on reception so far. Probably a little bit more comfortable on the spin serve. Italy don't have a lot of float servers in their arsenal, so maybe they go to the hybrid serve against Mozic and see if they get some result there.
I also appreciate the repeat set back to Tonček Stern. Out the long way.
Another swing by Ryglitsky, just stretches the block that little bit too far. Hugo in a good position, but fades just at the last second.
Now they're getting Tonček Stern going.
The short distance set from Klemenčić. We haven't seen much shifted towards position 4 yet for Slovenia. That was definitely a situation they wanted to use Tonček in their quarterfinal. This time, short distance set, the fastest way to get the ball to their best hitter.
Block there, well defended.
It was a great block, and it was just some contact that kept the ball alive. But then when you have Gianelli setting Micheletto, even a bad situation, there's probably no better player in the world who can deal with random stuff popping up and still have the best control than Alessandro Micheletto.
In your opinion, is he the best player in the world?
If he's not, he must be very, very close.
Tonček Stern again and again. That one will be in a great variety. Micheletto once again. Double block waiting for it. Don't think that was intended as a recycle, but it works out that way.
Rok Mozic runs out of patience, runs out of time. One recovery effort by Slovenia. Some nice choices on block by the Italians, but it needed to be another chance here. A little more patience from Slovenia instead of swinging low over the net from Mozic.
Gargiulo serving. Italian libero not on the floor. Big block. Second effort on triple. Oh, Gianni, so deceptive. And Slovenia shuts it down.
This is the patience that Slovenia was lacking in the last point. Just to push past the triple block, try and set up a triple block for Slovenia themselves. And then a really great read, lovely hand choice by Rok Mozic.
Square at 8-all as Stalakar serving. Quick to the pin.
So tough to stop. Micheletto gets the ball so high, lovely fast ball over the top of Klemenčić. Micheletto does exactly the right amount to find the space in the middle of the court. Has that access there by going past the smaller blocker.
Both times that they tipped it there was when Kovacic was off the floor. Noted.
Writing that down.
It's 9-8. I know you're excited.
Very excited.
Gianelli, and Italy touches it.
This was,
I mean,
again,
Slovenia touches, excuse me.
the serve in the scene between Stern and Mozic. The understanding is better. This will be Mozic's ball to play on his right. This one, a late decision to let it go.
No Brooklyn for you. Gianelli. Italy will have a free ball opportunity as a result of that serve. Way to crawl in. Ayuse offers the
Great scramble by Stern. Makes enough time that Stern can get, sorry, that Mozic can get into the right position where he can use his physical talents. Take the first blocker. Good choice when the third blocker is 2'11".
through the uprights for Ryglitsky. No touch. Coach, tell me about that set. Was it high enough?
It looked like it was a fraction low, and Anzani maybe a tiny bit close as well. A bit too close to the net, perhaps, where he's jammed up. Got into this trouble a little bit in their quarterfinal game. Getting that spacing right.
Double block waiting. Ziga Stern. Oh, that's tough. Very. Yeah. Net violation against Slovenia. So frustrating on an out-of-system set.
It's the right idea to get it close to the net and give it at a minimum the opportunity for this recycle. Fortunately, possibly a reach there by Gianelli.
I mean, it looks super sticky too.
Sorry. The slow motion always looks a bit worse, but that looks pretty bad and is enough of an error to bring a point, and Italy retain their 11-10 advantage.
There's a break for Slovenia. You talked about the fickle Winnie P, as you call her. All Slovenia needs to do really is stay close in this set until you get to maybe after 20.
Every team in the world will get nervous when it's close to the win.
Yeah.
Even if it's only a little bit, sometimes a little bit is enough. You have to get to that conversation at the end of sets, and then you need to be great for a couple of points, and that might be enough for Slovenia, as long as they can stay in touch.
Some parts of the world call that the red zone, particularly where I'm from. It's like an emergency zone. Oh, was that out? It sure was.
Stern working at the top of the block. Gets a last step to the ball, so he has some movement in towards the block. Madrulo cannot close in time.
Italy having trouble staying in system, triple block as the result. Oh! How does that get down on the Italy side?
Timing from the blockers. There's that little bit extra distance the ball has to travel. The set is also from 3.5 meters, so everything's just that millimeter microsecond difference.
Appreciating Mozic's flex after that. There's your answer from Radullo.
Gianelli using a little bit more first tempo against Slovenia than you did in their quarterfinal. Trying to get the middles involved a little bit longer. Not a lot of ball going to position 4.
I feel like that's a yet.
Yes.
Right? Because they were so impactful the other day. Oh, there's a move out of the way. Gianelli's only option was outside to Lavia there. He's got Rich Licky behind. Yeah, that's the right move.
Stern has to try and take away something. He goes to the antenna. There'll be a challenge coming from Slovenia for an attack line fault. Kovacic, who picked up where the play was going super early, cannot control the first contact.
My early impression was that it was an attack line ball. Could you tell from that angle? I know we'll see it from another most likely.
From that angle, not, but I think he's just about right. He has a little break on his left foot. It means that even when he's very close, he gets a couple more millimeters space. There it is. Perfect.
How dare we doubt him? So one challenge down for Slovenia, unsuccessful.
Positive signs for Slovenia early on. Bozic doing a good job on reception. Hasn't had a great tournament from the service line, but so far has been all right.
Ace serve delivered by Ryklitsky.
The consistency and precision from Italy. They're really going to go after Mozic and Stern whenever they have them together. A little touch on the tape is enough to disrupt Giga.
A devastating blow. Can Ryklitsky do it again?
Not missing the baseline by much. When it's very clear what the service plan is, that also creates the opportunity for change-ups. So maybe go into the space to try and get Kovacic and Stern's way, Konchek Stern's way.
Options available. Quick through the middle. You talked about it earlier. Italy have established the middle, and now they're laying on it.
Lovely reception from Lavia, 118 kilometers an hour, nails it. Granchulo's there and ready.
Pass was on the money. It's like the floor monster came up and grabbed at the ankle of Michieletto.
A nice choice from Stelika. He doesn't try and go too strong. He sees that there's a double block in front of him, just gets the ball past the block, forces some pressure onto the Italian defense. This time too much for Michieletto to handle.
You look at that slow motion, and you know for Michieletto it was going in slow motion too, going, no. Oh, what is it about Ryglitsky that makes him such a powerful attacker?
He never takes himself too far out of the play, and his ability to generate a consistent arm swing from a really short approach. Kozic knows he wants to take away the line, gets caught reaching. Ryglitsky has a technical consistency.
Time for Konchek Stern again. Point Slovenia.
Great effort from Simona Giannelli. The defense from Ryglitsky almost touched the lighting rig. Giannelli runs out of real estate. Slovenia stay within one.
Couple of errors by Italy.
A few little fluctuations, a couple of moments where they haven't looked like the ball control or the stillness in defense has been exactly what they want. Nice variation on serve from Stelika. Tries to get into the seam, and also drops it a little bit short inside, into a contested space.
Meanwhile, Slovenia with a steady heartbeat. Just answering each time.
When you have the matchup of Michieletto against Planincic, it doesn't need to be anything special. It allows Michieletto to make a choice on his shot. He can access so much of the court with the smaller blocker in front of him, as he is so high and so consistently meeting the ball at his best points.
Planincic stands 1.86 m, Michieletto 2.11 m.
I'm not good at maths, but that's a lot bigger.
That's big.
Positioning from the Italian triple block. They really want to force Stern to try and work sharper on the cross-court angle. Giannelli's position, you'll see Ryglitsky as well standing that 1.5 meters inside the sideline. Force Stern to try and go sharper. 2 points down, Slovenia take a timeout.
My opinion, I don't know. I think with Giannelli we are a little bit afraid. I don't know about what. He's serving in the same place that he knows. It's fine. No stress. The speed is not an incredible speed. Okay. Position one can stay. We fix the position 1 in 1 like this. We have right and left. Okay. Watch out something different with our middle blocker. Short ball. Elias. I know guys.
What did we learn there, Liam?
It's about situational organisation for Slovenia. So making sure that, in particular, get the reception clear. It's not going to be as much conflict. The idea is concrete between the group. Wouldn't be thinking that Italy is in a slightly better position to win. But particularly now, with Stern and Mozic next to one another, Kovacic in position 1. Kovacic can set his edge. The other two receivers can work off that. So young Kazimiernik needs to be heads up for the variation play, the short serve on him. Giannelli has a whole deep bag of serves to draw on.
Zia Stern handles it, but even better from the middle. Bye-bye.
Slovenia take the opportunity on the toss to switch Kovacic into the middle of the court.
Yeah, Zia Stern stepped in there, but then again.
There's no pipe attack, so it means that it's really just a left-right choice for the Italian blockers.
Different receive pattern for them this time, to the middle, and Ziga's there. The Italian block starting to pull away, and we're in the red zone.
The Italian block does their job. It was the tempo, the connection between Mozic. Mozic a tiny bit early, or the ball arrives a little bit slow. Mozic loses that momentum. Timeout Slovenia.
Final timeout for Slovenia in the set.
Choice is block. Counter time, lead block in front of you, medium power on the first one in block, no possible lockout, no possible to score. Try something different, make it team back to the block and then block in defense. This is the same for you. Ball is going outside of the antenna, two block on you, they know that the ball is going to you. The same, guys, that guy here, go.
This time the discussion is choices from attackers. So for Mozic, medium is the word that Fabio Soli used. And medium is rarely good in volleyball. You need to be either maximum in aggression or with maximum control. So to be medium, other than a medium quality reception, sometimes is okay. Medium's not a nice word to be hearing.
No, you don't want your boss saying either. You're
Did a medium job.
Yeah, did a medium job. Conversation between Denis Cespedes and Gianelli.
Not for the first time, the Italians being asked to speed up between points. There is a clock running as soon as the previous point finishes.
They go outside, and it is answered.
That is a better choice from Rok Mozic. Also, the speed from Mlinicic allows Mozic to leave a little bit earlier, be a little bit more aggressive, take that little bit more risk on attack.
I was looking at Tomczak Stern there, wondering who was going to get that ball. Now he steps out, and Nick Janovic comes in.
Janovic commonly used as a blocking sub.
And an ace serve. Slovenia down by 2.
Really good angle from Mlinicic to get it across Balasso, who will try and release Micheletto. The tricky Mickey, a bit too tricky for his own good in rotation 1. Can't get out of the way.
So quick to the pin. Zia Stern gets underneath it. First swing by Muljanovic.
The opportunity created by the Stern defense, and Mozic plays out to provide some chance for Janovic, who uses a really nice variation on time. He doesn't try and hit the cover off the ball, chips into the space. Slovenia down 1, Italian timeout.
All right, time for the bongo man. 让我们一起跟着地质的节奏，大小一面的鼓。哎，不错不错。
e hai diritto anche per attaccare poi dopo. Ragazzi, questa palla qui, diamo una palla e giochiamo.
How's your Italian?
Well, it helps if the microphone gets a little bit closer to Pepe De Giorgi for me to hear everything, but the predominant part of that timeout was a conversation with Gianelli. It's really how are we going to solve this situation in this rotation. Rotation 1 is the different rotation. Lipinski is a good attacker from position 4.
And he's our first player with ABS complete, 4 attacks, 1 block, 1 service ace. Off the block and out. Italy back up by 2.
The third time of asking. Solution on reception from Micheletto. Zanzani to approach with confidence. Mozic waving his hands in the air.
Put your hands in the hair like you don't care.
I think he cares.
I do too. Stern. Backcourt attack. What'd you like about that one?
I like that he goes away from his approach angle. He's running towards the block, understands that if there's going to be space, it's to his left. Catches the blockers jumping around. Very compact defensive shape by Italy.
Oh. Ripper.
Michieletto was not in this play at the reception point, and then he just appears and rips a ball to 6-1. 6-5, sorry. He has no reason to be in this play. And this is why he is so good. He's never out of the play. He's always available and always seems to present with a really good quality arm swing.
He appears like a nightmare coming out of your dreams, right? Service ace, that's the way you have an impact. What a sub.
Romano comes straight in. First contact with the ball generates a break point and a first set point for Italy.
Romano again. Nick Mujanovic, boom down off the block.
He's a different attacker. Stern is generally going to try and go power to the middle of the court or turn to the corner. Mujanovic has a little bit more in terms of range. Also just changes the look for the Italian blockers. Slovenia survives their first set point.
They need to survive 2 more. Outside Lavia, off hands, handled. Stern, no, going for hands, doesn't get it, and Italy takes the first set, 25-20. Youth in both parts. Kurzic, 22 years old, Mujanovic, 20. Highly experienced, obviously, both of them through the Olympics. Why not go back to what was working, and it's Ryklitsky.
It's just enough tempo to put the pressure on Kurzic. The block almost closes, but Ryklitsky always puts the ball at a really contestable point for the blockers. He very rarely gets drawn into hitting the ball low over the net or really trying to power up.
Giannelli serves into traffic. Well, that's a denial. Michieletto.
And this is the difference. Ryklitsky will often take that situation and just look to play past the block. Mujanovic really tries to go through the Michieletto block, which there is no easy way.
Look at the face on that. You know, the question for me will be, did Mujanovic learn from that particular attack? Or will he again try to blast through an impenetrable force?
He probably had recognition it was a one-on-one situation.
Yeah.
He wanted to speed up to beat before the block was ready. Unfortunately, Michieletto picks the spot too early.
Palazzo, overpass, here's an opportunity. That one more measured.
He likes this 80% shot on the cross-court angle where he can try and get it down in front of the defender, or at least force a sprawl or defensive action. Line is open. Choice there, and that also means that next time he knows that the block defense is going to play to the left, and he has that space on the line. Italy stuck once again in rotation 1.
It'll be Michieletto. And players from Italy demanding a challenge. And immediately it's self-reporting. Even the match moving. Those are karma points.
Well, it's nice to see that players understand that at this stage in the set, this stage in the game, let's just keep going. That's 1 point now.
Yeah.
Also means the referees or other people will trust you later on when you say, no, I didn't. Then they have to challenge with a timeout to make sure.
Yep. And if you lie, the technology will catch you anyway. Ziga Stern continues to see the heat. Now we're seeing some craftiness out of Slovenia.
Rok Mozic going lefty. That is a different choice if he's been challenged by Fabio Soli to make. Almost the save by Ryglitsky as well.
How did Fabio Soli present that challenge to him to go lefty there?
I'm not sure that explicitly, but a different choice, a different look for the Italian block to deal with from Mozic.
No, he took it to the extreme. Oh, beautiful.
Mozic is making a lot of extra moves with his hands. He's getting to a decent position with his feet, relying on his physicality, and then a late choice on hands.
Rather than just taking
his space, letting Kovacic have a fraction more time to understand where his spacing is relative to the block and hitter.
Kovacic, first touch. Off the block and good.
Such calmness from Italy in transition. Anzani just started walking towards a place where he knew he needed to cover, but no stress. Really good control by Lavia. Really well managed situation from the Italian side.
Anzani, I think I could be a libero. There's no libero on the floor. They went after him. Oh, there you're seeing off the block. Again, it's Milanovic's wrist that does a lot of work.
It is, and even from the position 4 side, which is his less preferred area to be hitting from, it's a weight and then some work with a late angle with the wrist.
Italy not in system this set very much. Milanovich does a safer play. Opportunity for Slovenia, and that one beats the block.
This is where he has the tempo advantage. He can speed up and just get to that point before the block is ready. It's more Slovenia doing enough of a touch. Kovacic provides enough of an opportunity.
There, they finally get to the middle off a good pass.
Positive for Slovenia there. 2 serves from Rok Mozic in a row, over 100 kilometers an hour. So he's starting to find a little bit more rhythm from the service line. He gets that rolling. That can be trouble for the Italian side out. Probably the weakest part of Ryglitsky's game is from the service line. He's not big, strong server. He's relying on being consistent. Stelakar will replace Kurzic in the front row. He'll probably get a full go-round. We might see Kurzic again later.
Again, each team has 6 substitutions per set. The first substitution of the set, so plenty. He ignored the block, it seems, you know, the eye.
His contact point on attack, he just knows where he can put the ball. It's always within some good range of control. Picks his spots and swings, and it's always high, so if the block gets in the way, something good's going to happen.
Ziga Stern is finding the spots.
Well, this is Ziga's game. He's not going to overpower too many blocks. He's not going to be too high, but he has angles, he has control. Sometimes he goes for a little bit too much, but his ability to beat the block is his skill as an outside attacker.
Milanovic's first serve of the match. Wait, was that reaching across? Ziga Stern. See how it finishes. No need to challenge. Slovenia point.
Rok Mozic, he is bringing the energy today. Up to Simone Giannelli gets caught in the middle. Again, Stern beats the block, puts the pressure on the Italian defense. The right man in the right place at the right time.
First lead for Slovenia this set. What a dig! Can they convert? This opportunity, Giannelli will take his chances. Another fantastic dig. Stern and Slovenia outclass Italy.
Stern is the finisher, but Rok Mozic has decided, I'm going to play a fair bit of defense today, and I'm going to celebrate every action like I've just won the point. He is really in a good frame of mind. As a result, Slovenia 2 to the good, Italian timeout.
Adesso teniamo adesso con la testa pensando all'azione dopo. Se si porta così la situazione sull'opposto, anche qualche difesa ci serve se rallenta il colpo dall'altra parte. E il tempo di salto, perché è uno che salta. Continuiamo in battuta sugli schiacciatori, zone di conflitto. Camillo, se zone verso 2 con l'attacco 2, apriti, non arrivare scorrendo così, perché apre molto da quella parte. E con
For Italy, a little bit of refinement, what they need to be doing for Beglitsky in particular, making sure he's disciplined his choices.
Voljanovic, maybe a wise choice to start the set. He has 3 points leading Slovenia to start the set off. He's behind the service line, continuing. Change the speed a bit on that one. Whoa, that was almost a little pinball on Slovenia's side.
It was half a chance. Janovic cannot get enough to get it over the net. That was good service pressure from Janovic, but the Italian reception group starting to find a little bit more rhythm, a little bit more positivity coming into their numbers.
Stern has tried several different things. You don't know what he's going to have. It's different every time.
He's providing some really good solutions. He's not relying on trying to overpower the block. He's going with angles, now goes for the timing variation with 2 hands.
Now, what can he accomplish from the service line as Slovenia with a 2-point lead, set number 2, down 1 set. Voljanovic again.
He's shown he has the cross-court angle, draws enough from Micheletto to stay inside, and then works the space towards the line.
Voljanovic had 8 points last time these teams met. This time, 5 early.
Giannelli makes the choice to set Anzani here. The 1 step forward gives enough advantage for Anzani over Stelika. It's just enough where Stelika has to time a little bit differently. He can't jump straight up and down, loses a fraction of height, fraction of his ability to get his hands on the other side of the net. Small, subtle differences in position make a big difference for middles.
With a little help from Italy, lead is now +3. What is Slovenia doing well in this set?
They're defending well. They're creating opportunities, and then when the moment arises, they're taking enough risk on attack, finding those different solutions.
Stern. High hands. Again, just wearing them down.
Forcing Italy to make an extra action every time. A few times Litsky doesn't stay high. Ball finds its way to the middle of the tape. Those defensive efforts from Slovenia, they don't have to be perfect. They just have to force an extra action. Italy once more in rotation 1 having some trouble.
It was a big part of their win over France, right? There's another.
Just got to hang in there, and Uroš Planincic hangs in there and gets the block. Slovenia now up by 5. The double change will come from Italy. Big block from the smallest player on the court. Spertoli will come in along with Romanov. Klitsky, Gianelli to the bench.
You know, in that quarterfinal win over the defending Olympic gold medalists and VNL champions, France had 40 errors. I mean, it was really shocking. And so it's just a patience, Slovenia. You're pointing out, do a little bit extra action, see if they can shoot themselves in the foot a bit. Oh, devastating announcement from Latvia.
Spertoli comes into the game. It's a different offense, very similar personnel, but the set of choices, his physical difference to Gianelli means that the ball has to arrive at a slightly different tempo. The timing changes, the choices change a little bit.
The physical difference you're talking about in height.
Spertoli is not going to have the window at the top of the net, but his ability to get around the court and where he can deliver the ball from.
Ace serve delivered. Wow, it's on for Micheletto.
This time Micheletto doesn't go at the attacking receivers. Slovenia wanting to bring a 4th receiver in, so Rijanovic is in the space. Creates a little bit more conflict. One more seam that has to be organised. Rijanovic will stay in his usual position.
Another ferocious serve for Micheletto, slipping it past the block is Rokmozic.
Rokmozic hasn't looked like the best version of Rokmozic throughout the VNL. He hasn't played every game or even every set that he's been in the team, but it looks like today he is trying to force his way into his best form.
He was the top scorer versus Italy, but again, Slovenia was swept by Italy. Another unforced error, and the lead's back to 5 for Slovenia.
Fabio gets a little bit greedy with the angle. And float servers doing a good job to create break points.
You could see that forming in slow motion.
Mozic once more looking to do a little bit extra with hands on block. He's such a good athlete. He's so high. He feels like he can always make a move with his hands. Sometimes that really affects the angle that you can create with the block.
Ziga, stay it. Got his own chance. Ziga, Ziga, Ziga again.
Once more on the pipe, he just sees where the block is and goes the other way. He knows where the space is.
And that Gargiulo had jumped once. He's going to have to get again, and he beat it. Balasso in the money. Oh! Artistry. Spertoli goes outside. Jalavia, help me out. What a play by Slovenia to extend their lead.
Rokmozic has brought his defense shoes to the gym today. He has made 4, maybe 5 digs already, which really show where his attention is. And at 18-12 down, Italy will take another timeout.
Their final.
Iniziamo a migliorare la nostra qualità. Tempo di salto sullo posto, vediamo di ogni pallone che abbiamo, basta trasformarne uno.
What does Italy need to do here to get back on track, in your opinion?
They need a little bit of stability on their side out. They're getting caught a couple of times, having to take multiple efforts, and that is the gap on the scoreboard. The Slovenian breakpoint, Slovenia's ability to get their servers back onto the line a second or third time. They don't seem to have that fluency that they want with their side out. But credit to Slovenia for making them do that extra work. Defense from Slovenia just creating more chances.
Pulls the string on Gargiulo. Romano. That was a rejection.
That was an emphatic block for Stern. It's that medium shot. He's not really looking to go past the block. It's not necessarily a recycle play on the high ball. Needs to take more risk. Slovenia 5 points up. Romano serve. That's not troubled them at all.
Yeah, Romano has been serving substitution at times when he's not on the court, and that one hurts. 6-point lead carrying in as they approach 20. Romano again. Ziga
Ziga starts in the right position and doesn't leave until the ball is in the setter's hands. He gets the timing exactly right. Stays disciplined with his block. And it'll be the end of the second set for Spertoli. Romano, Litsky and Gianelli return.
Palazzo, first contact's perfect. Michieletto, great attack, but they've done a lot of work to do.
For Italy, they just need to find some rhythm. This set is probably too far gone for them right now. They have to find some fluency in their side-out game.
May have to put the announcer jinx on them, we'll see. Makes me nervous when you do that, right? Pass is great from Janovic. Sees the block coming in late.
Mladenčić in the right spot, but cannot control the Lavia pipe.
A couple of consecutive points for Italy. Here it is again.
Janovic has a lot on his hands, matched up with Michieletto. There's always going to be some overload into that zone between Janovic and Stalakar.
Janovic again. Brought back from Balazzo. Can they convert? Yes! Italy off of Balazzo's superhuman dig.
That is a phenomenal defense, not just to make the touch, but to bring the ball back to the middle of the court and reduce the amount of time that Slovenia has to get set for the next action. The stillness before, turns and goes, right hand back. Michieletto sends the ball beyond the grasp of the Slovenian defense.
After 3 consecutive points, Slovenia timeout.
It's important to score. It's not important to score with a full power attack.
It sounds very obvious coming out of the mouth of Fabio Soli. It's important to score. It's not important to score with full power. It needs to be some sort of variation. It's not just swinging wildly. Get a quick look at Ricky Hui. Be involved in the medal presentations across the finals here.
A little more trouble on the pass. When Janovic sees that block there, Balazzo. Is that ball out? It is not. It's down. And it's 4 consecutive by Italy.
The face of Alessandro Michieletto tells how happy he was with the contact of the ball. Checks the mark on his wrist where the ball hit him. The point is the point.
Whether you hit it with your hand or your purse, either way, it's
However it gets there.
to the back third of the court.
Slovenia, a lead cut to 3. Tonček Stern turns to the fray.
First time we're seeing Tonček Stern in this set. Still alive. Everything that Italy was missing earlier, they're getting this time. The block ends the 4-0 run.
Stalliker and Stern make a really good choice. Seeing the set is going to be a little bit short. They don't leave too early. It's a nice choice by Giga, but Gianelli has so much time, so much composure. Lovely choice by Stern to set the inside point. A lovely serve as well.
Great pass off of it. Tonček Stern's first attack of the set is successful.
Well, the choice by Fabio Soli to use different hitters. Stern, probably the better back row attacker of the two opposites. Mijanovic doing well from the front row, but also just to provide that difference in tempo, that difference in situation for the Italian block of defense to have to adjust.
Milazzo handles the heat. And a use off the block. Italy needs another run in order to close this gap.
It's going to take something pretty special right now. The Italian reception haven't necessarily provided enough efficient side out. Breakpoint now going to have to be the difference for Italy.
Watts. Kovacic on what was maybe a recycle. Nobody else read. Giga Stern. He's an artist today.
He is painting a beautiful picture for the Slovenian offense. It's not just about being able to hit the ball as hard as possible. It's finding those ways to challenge your opponent, keep them off balance. Little left-hand tip.
Italy still has 2 challenges remaining, but no timeouts. Noted only because if they need to slow the match down or the set down at all.
Very
Slow it down too.
Some very thorough observance of occupational health and safety protocols, very professionally executed. I think Giga Stern wait just a little bit longer.
Vladi Micheletto and Milazzo, of course. Litsky with the run. Oh! Into the stands. It's just a whip from Micheletto.
For someone whose arms are that long to be able to get the ball through their hands so fast, he has angles, he has off speed. It's very difficult to solve the problem with him. You can only help to limit his effectiveness.
His arm was like a noodle, like a ramen noodle we've been having every meal here.
Delicious.
Ace serve by Gianelli.
That ball had some dirt on it. It's not a really clean ball for Stern to handle. Well, the Italy within 3 and a Slovenian timeout.
Try to be aggressive on the ball, eh? We are escaping from the ball. This ball we are escaping. Yeah. Put the chest, do something, put the ball on the ceiling. We play high ball. Side out, high ball. Remember, guys, what is important is not to score full power. We can do full power, but we can do also play, replay, something allows our way to play.
20P is starting to believe, and perhaps because of how cleanly Slovenia has played in this set, 0 errors then versus 6 by Italy.
And sets are going to be decided by small margins, and there is still a chance that this set is decided by the smallest possible margin. To not be giving any freebie to your opponent certainly helps the cause. Those errors also an indication of where the attention is or the confidence is for Italy.
Palmer pass to Tonček Stern has slowed down the lead. That was 7, as now the cut to 2.
Michieletto stays with his guy. Zani makes the little jump. The second time they've called Stelako on the quick behind. A good situation. Gets the overload, but Michieletto wins the one-on-one.
Back to Tonček Stern again, asking for some help. Jammed down. Oh my. That's just a heads-up play by Rokmazic. Don't do more than you have to there.
Gets the ball on the defense before they're ready to defend it. It's the message from Fabio Soli. It's not just about full power, about finding a way to cause your opponents some different kinds of stress. You do see the return against Kurzic at set point, in place of Sasha Stelako.
Pass is solid. A little bit of room to go, 1 set point down.
Giga Stern, that is, sees the ball traveling past the top of the block, and the feeling there is it's got to be short in front, charges into the court, with enough power on the swing from Miklitsky to carry into his zone. One side out will level us at 1 set apiece.
That point number 2 for Slovenia. Ball's down and good. We are even square at 1 set apiece.
Boy, ball, very interested onlooker. He's been in some of these moments himself. Winner of many international medals and trophies. And this was the space that's created by the variation on attack from Slovenia. Fabio Soli will be happy. The different timings allows Rokmazic to really power up on that last swing. At the end of the second set, scores are level, both in sets, points, and I think this one has potential to go a very long way. We have some exciting volleyball ahead of us. Italy now needing to respond. As you highlighted earlier, Anne-Marie, Slovenia on the receiving end of 6 Italian errors, which is set at 25-22. Everywhere else really close. Italy don't have that flow that we were expecting to see, that composure, the calmness that normally happens for Italy.
But then again, France didn't either.
They did not, so maybe it's not, they're not on France or on Italy, maybe it's just Slovenia causing their opponents to try and find a little bit too much to beat them.
Absolutely, can't take that away because it's starting to become a habit.
To do it once is lucky, to do it twice is skill.
The old fool me once, fool me twice.
I get fooled constantly though.
Yeah,
So.
well, first one's on me, second's on you.
Rokmazic, yes, he's scoring points, but he's making a huge impact on the game with block, with energy. His defense has been fantastic. Really creating some of those extra opportunities, forcing Italy to do a little bit more work on each point. And set 2, the Slovenian reception quality really improved, putting some stress on the choices for the Italian blockers.
Talked about Rokmazic, 8 digs, leads everyone, and they have been all for a highlight reel.
He's not a player that you think of as a outstanding, notable defender, but he's put his attention in the right place to get what his team needs. And he continued that through at least 2 more sets.
I think the VBTV documentary really highlights this team believes. And Clayton Lucas, as we're waiting for him to have interviews, we talked to Fabio Soli yesterday. He said, today we did something awesome. And then today, yeah, the dream is still alive.
They can afford to dare to dream a little bit more with the scoreboard at 1-1. There's a lot of work to be done yet for Fefe De Giorgi. Might be some feeling that walking through a nightmare.
One that France walked through yesterday.
Still a lot of work for the coaches to be doing. We'll take a look at the top scorers for these 2 sides. Giga Stern, 8 points, doing it with a variety of different attacks, finding a lot of different ways to challenge the Italian block and defense, and unsurprisingly, Alessandro Micheletto. And we are ready to go down to Clayton Lucas.
Thank you very much for that, guys. Oh, wow, back in the game. Game on, right? What's the message to the team?
Now the team is really thought like always against Italy. In my opinion, we played good also. The first set, we did some mistake in reception, and maybe in high ball we have to be more patient. Try to play again with them. Second set, amazing, less error, we more balance the team, more patience, and we have to push now. And
okay, well, good luck. Thank you.
Really sums it up, just that tidying up of things on the Slovenian side of the net. Still, the execution on high ball hasn't been excellent, but they haven't let that become a problem. They recognize the situations when they need to just put the ball back on the Italian side of the net. Speaking the Italian side, Clayton Lucas is down with them now.
Great, thanks for that, guys. Okay, so Slovenia started to make some digs. You guys made a few errors in that second set. What's the message going into the next?
We didn't play our best set, this second set, but we have to say that they are playing very well. They are playing a lot of defense, good counter-attack, so I mean they deserve this set absolutely.
Okay, and what do you guys need?
Kozic can come in to finish for Italy. No changes. Simona Gianelli will get us underway in set 3 with a floating balloon service error out the back.
From the Wizard of Oz taking off, and we talked about the errors in the second set. 6 errors for them, which is not a huge number.
It's a manageable number normally, but when your opponent makes 0, very hard to get over that.
Coming up through the middle, overloading that zone.
Manincic front row, that's really a tough choice for him. When does he release to his hitter? Does he stay at home to help on some first tempo? Then to be responsible for the pipe as well.
Micheletto. One-on-one. Just using your head. Smart plays. It's a smart Slovenian team.
Italy has to defend the strong shot. This is the first priority. The ball that is going to come fastest across the net. This time, Mozic once more using some variation, creating space for when he needs the strong shot later.
Long way, Ryglitsky just using their hands to bring the ball and shutting it down.
Beautiful timing and positioning. Both Rok Mozic and Jan Kozamernik leave at exactly the right moment. They don't take themselves anywhere they don't need to be. Long ball set, beautifully timed block. Great choice on the position as well from Mozic, seeing the ball dropping short.
Manicic serve. Oh, inspiring rip by Micheletto.
He has given that everything. I think maybe if Kovacic probably a couple less reps on the bench in the gym, might have been able to get the arms a little bit closer together.
Here we go. On the roller coaster that was Italy in the second set. They want to get off.
They would hope for a nice calm ride from here, that things just happen as they would like to. Consistent inside out, pick up enough in break point. But they are under pressure to really be excellent, because at the moment everything seems like hard work for Italy. Slovenia can take some risk. Know that it's on Italy to change how the game is being played.
If there's one thing we learned in the quarterfinal from Slovenia against France is if you don't play well, Slovenia will play well enough. And already 3 errors for Italy in this young set.
Slovenia have done a good job twice of forcing opponents to play the game on their terms. Such as Velika up back in place of Kozic.
kind of a swim serve. The toss got way out of whack, I think.
Very delicate touch from young Kosciuszko. For such a big man, it's nice to see. It's not all just power, but would like a fraction more power on that serve.
Lavia now. Through the middle. We saw them run the middle early in set one. Slovenia again.
And this is the result of Lavia taking zero risk on this serve. It's a 75km/h down ball into the middle of the court. Perfect reception from Mozic is still in for the pipe attack. Zero risk from Lavia.
And that's the problem, right? They've already had so many errors and missed so many. Meanwhile, here's a man who's ready for some risk, I think. Jovanovic at the service line has not backed away from the challenge yet. Slovenia +2, set number 3. High risk, high reward, but on this case, no.
Jovanovic tends to let the ball get very close to, or almost right above his right shoulder. And usually the player will have a little bit more out in front. His arm swing brings the ball a lot closer to the line of his right shoulder.
Oh! Rejection.
Jovanovic feels like he has the space to go down the line. Micheletto makes him understand that that was not available for him. Second time Jovanovic has tried to power up. Asked Micheletto with no positive result for the Slovenian.
Stern again, just proving his vision and intelligence on the court.
He's seeing it really well. He's making some really good choice of how to beat the Italian block. Forcing this time Glitsky to try and make the defensive play. Well handled on the high ball by Giga.
Giga Stern serving. Oh dear God, the errors in this set. In is good, but then again, when it's in and no push, it gets shoved back down your throat. But I can't look. I'm not going to look. You tell me what happens on this next one.
I'll explain what happens next.
Be radio for a second while I look away.
Do I have to use my radio voice for that?
Yes, please.
Simone Giannelli is sorted down to the service line.
That's a golf voice.
Oh, sorry. Back to volleyball. Simone Giannelli. Again, low risk on the serve.
But well handled. Worth it in this case. Giga brings it back. This is tough. Here's the swing for Italy. They had to put it away there, and they did. They take their first lead of the third set.
Rok Mozic didn't create enough chaos on the other side of the net with his play. It was a good opportunity to get the ball back. Italy in an excellent situation once more. For one too many times in that point, they get their noses in front first time in this set.
Behind. Missed opportunity for Slovenia.
I like the play with the overload, getting Stelaka into the zone behind the setter. Micheletto cannot go full commit on anything. Jovanovic has the right line, but not the right depth. Timeout, Slovenia.
About volleyball. Hey guys, did you look to the other part of the court? They're shitting on the here. And we are giving the ball for free. So watch out the rotation. You can do also hybrid. You know that they're struggling inside out. Inside out, please.
They are struggling inside out, yes, but Slovenia is struggling with their errors. I mean, the score is 7-9. 9 points for Italy and 5 errors handed to them from Slovenia.
You're slowly indeed feeling that it is on Slovenia's side of the net to be able to find enough consistency to keep the pressure on a nervous Italian team. first change will be made between Vujanovic and Stern.
Project Stern, first set, very active. Been in and out the last 2 sets. Can they find him again? Pass is solid. Love that rip.
It's a good speed up from a exclamation reception, which is the middle zone of the court around 3 meters.
Exclamation, what do you mean?
So every action has a quality ascribed to it. A reception where it's a perfect or positive, or exclamation is the next down in the ranking.
Michieletto. In the block.
I expect for Michieletto to have a big presence in this set for Italy. He needs to get rolling in this game. Start to create a little bit more gravity with his attack, that he draws a little bit more attention from Slovenian block and defense.
Yeah, and the speed of that one, half speed for him in a different way. Half speed for him is still fast, but it's not the full-on rip.
Just enough to get it past the block again. A similar idea to what Slovenia are trying to do, just force your opponent to make a few more plays.
And adding an almost ace onto it. Now it's a free ball for Italy. That's an exclamation point.
That is an exclamation point. Once more, it's Michieletto just arrives on the pipe. Draws the net touch from Jan Kozemunek. It was really good patience by the Slovenian block. They had a good feeling for what the next play was going to be. Able to stop Michieletto once more. He's starting to have his imprint on the game.
I like that camera angle right behind Giga Stern, because for all the volleyball players watching, you picture Michieletto coming up at you, a hole in the block.
Not a comfortable place to be.
A lot of prayers going up at that moment. They get a break. Delivered by Michieletto. He's the top scorer in this set right now with 4 points. You called for him to have a bigger impact.
He just needs to have that presence where he's always in the mind of what Slovenia is doing in block and defense.
Big time denial by Kozemunek.
Great choice by Jan Kozemunek. Simone Anzane landing a little bit awkwardly. As a result, we'll see Galassi place him in the front row.
Best blocker and best server in the Italian Cup a couple of years ago is Galassi. Oh, got enough on it. Whoa! Slovenia punching back.
Simone Giannelli thought he'd probably done almost enough to create the space. Does Mozic step under the net after this first action? I don't think he does. Another transition point for Slovenia. They just keep the ball from hitting the floor and give their hitters a chance to make something happen. It did look like Mozic was a little bit unbalanced after his landing from the first effort.
But again, the center line fault, your foot has to be all the way across, not on the line.
It's not necessarily the landing, it was maybe that next balance step.
Okay, Joe.
I think we'll find that close, but not all the way over, as you said. You.
Yep.
And, nope.
Nope. You play pickleball?
I do not.
Oh, okay. Because when you step over a certain line, it's in the kitchen, and you can't step over the line.
In the kitchen? Is that a term in pickleball?
Yes, it is.
Wow.
It wasn't in the kitchen.
Interesting in Megastar Ball. That's even better.
Yeah. That'd be fun.
It's the world's most democratic game.
Is that right? Fascinating. Clayton's going to call fistball later. I don't even understand that. It's interesting. There's what they're playing for. The VNL trophy
you can show that one.
neither
You can show
of
that
these
one, huh?
teams has been able to capture.
When you talk about this Italian team, this generation of players, they have won pretty much everything that's in front of them. This is the second effort. Maybe this was the action Again, not the balance.
Yeah.
That last little step, it did look like it was an uncontrolled movement from Mozic. Controlled enough to stay on the right side of the line. Tied at 11s. Vincic will get us underway again.
Serving right through traffic to Michieletto. That's an impact. That's what you want to have coming in. Galassi.
Galassi gets the serve against rotation 1 for Slovenia. Rok Mozic receiving on the right-hand side. Kovacic cuts him out nicely.
Vincic, he's the magic man, Rok Mozic.
Well, he's put enough doubt in the minds of the Italian blockers about what he's going to do. It's not just him going power, which he normally does so well. Now there's some extra choices the block and defense have to make against him.
Mozic makes Gargiulo handle the first ball, and Michieletto makes
He makes that look so easy, and he's hit a pipe ball into the short distance at about 4 meters off the net, as casually as you would like. It's at 4.5 meters off the net. Block touch helped. Riklitsky.
just patience of Slovenia.
They're there, they're forcing Italy to do something special. Litsky will leave set 2. Romanov doesn't take his place.
Romanov's had success so far, locked at 13s. The match is at 1 set apiece. Off the block the long way, these teams playing for a medal eventually. Is it going to be bronze or is it going to be gold or silver? Italy has won 2 bronzes, never been to the big dance in the gold medal match. Misic, Tomczak Stern, the return of Tomczak Stern.
He goes high. He doesn't try and blast. He doesn't try and really overpower. High seam forces the Italian defense to do the work. Is long, fair. Doesn't look like Tomczak was very close to the service line. But there's no real momentum, no real energy on the Italian side of the net. Slovenia doing enough to be in the game and haven't had to push super hard just yet.
Well, there's been 9 service errors between the 2 teams thus far. Like stopping the gas, the brake. Ziga Stern. Michieletto to Romanov. And it's a yes.
Good swing, challenging Mozic in defense, gets caught upright. It's fantastic in set number 2 on defense. This time gets the position right. Avia, his stillness there is what creates that opportunity. Results. Mozic can't make the extra opportunity.
Flinicic goes long way to Tomczak Stern in the backcourt.
That is professionally done by Tomczak. It's a fast ball, it's dropping a little bit inside and gets enough angle to work the block.
I love the set from Flinicic, the blockers all.
A really aggressive choice. Tomczak's brother Ziga serving.
Michieletto over the top, it's still playable. What? Why? Why?
Trying to be a little bit cute. Mozic, it was a phenomenal defense by Kovacic. Stern gets the ball back to the net. That is Giga's brother Tomczak. Gets the ball back to the net. And it's probably an opportunity for Mozic to at least jump and put a little bit more pressure. Hoping that there was going to be all first contact from Galassi.
Yeah, there's a little Hello Kitty for my eye, kind of. Italy with a 2-point lead. Ball, long. My goodness, every time they try to give it to Italy, Italy says, no, you first.
Very polite of them. Slovenia, again, get Italy into this situation where Italy have to do something to win this set. Otherwise, Slovenia will put themselves in a situation they can be aggressive and go for it.
First contact's perfect. Block is better. Put him in a phone booth.
Kosciuszko understands the situation in the game. Perfect reception situation. That is the choice so often for Italy to use the pipe. He waits, gets the hands just far enough above the net. A really good hand form. That is the brain of young Kosciuszko winning a point. Slovenia, as we are tied at 17.
Ginelli, all options available. They use from the pipe behind the setter, different zone.
Gets the angle working away from what would be a follow move from Kosciuszko. So Lavia running on the crossing pattern behind. Stalika gets everything on that ball, but none of it getting the ball to go up.
Yeah, I just said it a lap.
A little bit of elbow, a little bit of belly, knee.
Micheletto's serve. Heat handled. What a pass. Uh-oh. That is the problem, and his name is Alessandro Micheletto.
It takes him so little movement to become a threat on the pipe. He is so still and so calm. It's just that really quick approach and swing through the ball. Starting to see some smiles appear on Italian faces now that they have a 2-point lead in the latter stages of the set.
Yeah, we were tied up at 17, and Micheletto gets more ferocious the longer he's on that back line. See what I mean? A couple of decisions there could be questionable by Rakovic.
Bozic starting to get a little bit outside the bubble in terms of making consistent choices. Result Fabio Soli. Soli will call a timeout.
Hey, one side out. Nothing else now on it, one side out. Good reception first and the second one. Okay, good job, good job, good job. Step in the center, step in the... You can call shoot. When we have opposite back row, if you call one, play different. Okay, right, here. Go.
Trying to stop this momentum, calm the team down, but there's some work to do here. Alessandro Micheletto still on the service line.
The move from the Slovenian receivers is to come more into the middle of the court, try and pack the space, force Micheletto to take a risk.
20 points already for Micheletto. We're not even done with the third set.
He just accumulates. He's just always present. He's such a constant threat. You don't always feel the impact he's having on the game.
Wow. If Fabio Soli had any hair, he'd be pulling it out right now. That's 4 consecutive.
The request was, let's pack the middle of the court. We see Kovacic take the step in. And as a result, that creates the space for Micheletto to get to his right. Italy now in a commanding position.
Change of speed. The most important side out of the set, right there.
Well, gives an opportunity, one, for Planinčić to get out of the front row, so Slovenia goes to the big block again. Gets Micheletto off the service line. Bring Janovic into the front row. Jack Stern's contribution for set number 3 is finished.
And immediately Lavia off of Janovic's hands.
This is a good tempo ball from Giannelli. Fires out to the pin, allows Alavia to be more aggressive. He's not trying to pick his spot and swing through.
Was that serve tough enough? Great block. I love that solution.
It's a great solution, and Giannelli really has a play on this ball, which he doesn't make. It's a good cover on the first effort from Mozic. Another non-scoring touch from him that contributes. Nanovic chips off the top. Giannelli moving the wrong way. He'll feel like he probably had a better chance to play that ball than he made of it.
Rock Mozic, what a serve, but a better pass from Balazzo. And there is a touch.
It's been a very small one, but no protests from the Slovenian players. Mozic creates a crazy angle going cross-court.
Off of the Giga's turn. Oh, yeah. Romano sends it long.
In that situation, though, 4 points to the good right at the end of the set. There is opportunity for the green light to go on.
On the other hand, Kozamernik behind the service line has to walk a little bit of a tightrope, no?
He has some nice variation he can use.
In is good, too. And now Italy is on the cusp of taking the lead in this match.
Body language on the Italian side of the court has changed completely from the start of this set. There's a lot more relaxed shoulders, there's a lot more eye contact between the players. Communication's picked up again.
They may have remembered who they are. Lavia serving for the set. Ball is touched.
He's painted the back.
Because that will be Poland versus Brazil in the other semifinal after this one. Set 4. Bounce town to start things off.
Tempo on the pipe from Italy, making sure that on a perfect situation, it's just going to be best guess from Slovenia. There's no early reads. Giannelli can pick his spots.
A break for Slovenia. And I'm very interested in the errors in this set on both sides, because we had in that second set 0 errors by Slovenia, 6 by Italy. That's the set, of course, that Slovenia won. It's that balance, right, of risk. Is it aggressive enough, though, too? And not handing it over. My point exactly.
And you have to play to win.
Yeah.
So you have to take that risk. You can't play to not lose, because then you're relying on your opponent to make more mistakes than you, or give you more points than you're conceding. So at some point, someone has to decide that they are going to win this game.
First contact by Giga, Rock Mozic. There it is again. The fans love that play from Michieletto, especially since he's already established his attack from there.
He is such a threat to just swing on this ball that actually a great block touch by Rock Mozic just to create some sort of contact. One of those highlight plays which has become more and more commonplace in volleyball, and now players are understanding they have that choice. They can swing freely or they can set. The teammates are a little bit more ready for it.
Devastating serve, well handled. Important kill, as it was Michieletto at the end of the third. Stayed and widened the gap.
120 km/h serve handled really well by Kovacic. Short distance means the speed advantage is with Rock Mozic. He can get up fast, the Italian block can respond.
Contact good. It's still right place, right time. Oh, can you? Unbelievable. Oh my! Slovenia with a spectacular effort.
The two phenomenal effort plays on defense. Just stand in, be prepared to wear a ball. Ball bounces off the tape, just keep it alive. In the end, they generate enough of a chance for Kosciuszko to finish off with really good hands. That could be the spark that Slovenia needs.
Ball stays on Michieletto. Shoulder dig, but chicken wing from Giga Stern. And a little tenderness, hit with a feather when everybody's on their heels.
Lotus Reading, always important, taking the advice, try a little tenderness. Kukulasi is the big muscle shoals guy.
Heart still pounding from that Slovenia defensive effort. Ball good, it sure is. Giga Stern has been a revelation. I know he's been around forever, but in this match, he has carried a load for this team in every aspect.
He's been really consistent. He's made only one or two wrong choices in the whole game. He's not having to do a huge amount of work on reception, but making it count with his attack.
Were you patient enough? Looks like he was, Kosciuszko.
I'm always a little bit worried for Simone Ginelli on these balls. He's so high above the net. I've seen it with Antoine Brizard as well, that he gets up there and the head is exposed. If someone wants to really tee off, the danger involved.
Everybody stays down.
Everybody stays down and Giga stays in the middle of the court. Doesn't give himself the space that he needs.
Where should he be, in your opinion?
Probably about where Yannick Kovacic is. Well, the neutral part in the middle of the court is good, but staying really tall or staying really aggressively forward cuts down the angle he has to play the ball.
Romano. Execution by Slovenia looking sharp in this fourth set. Must win for them.
Some good quality reception with Georgie, making sure that he gets the replay and get another good decision. Lincic now, again, trying to find a different rhythm to their attack. Haven't seen a huge amount of Mozic or Stern, Giga Stern in this set so far.
Romano. A lot of them, when he has, it's been effective.
Yeah, the names haven't been used a lot, but we're saying positive things about them. Slight variation on the call from Gianelli, getting Gargiulo a little bit further away, finds some space with Kosciuszko, not being able to leave so early.
That was ugly.
The toss goes a little too far left for Lavia, then he tries to fix it with the hybrid, but the elbow can't get high enough. He doesn't have the position to get the ball over the net, always chasing.
Slowed well, Plinicic to the middle, got underneath it perhaps.
Getting too far in front of the ball. Belicasso not having enough space off the net between him and the setter to get over the top. It is still the right area to swing that deep corner, not bring the ball back down into the block and defense.
Tonček Stern.
Yesterday we saw a very similar shot from Tonček Stern called as a catch ball.
Different official today?
Official, similar contacts. That's how fine the margins can be. You find margins, the smallest margin separating Slovenia and Italy in the fourth set. Italy have only really looked comfortable for a few moments in this match so far.
Pass is solid. And we are on a seesaw. Back and forth we go.
At some point, perhaps later in the set, Fabio Soli might have to think about the blocking substitution from Vincic when they have this matchup against Micheletto, because Micheletto really can just choose his spot on the floor. Quick start from Gianelli.
We have been tied at every point in this set, which is good news for you. Well, actually, back to 3-3, so we'll see. But I know you like the neighborhood we're heading towards.
I'm not going to say anything, just in case. Well handled by Mozic. This time, Stelika gets the spacing right.
Giga well passed. Go ahead.
We are going to Brooklyn.
9-9.
First tempo pipe on, perfect reception again. Keeping that ball, keeping that choice on the block in the middle of the court.
If only I watched the show.
I've never seen it.
Oh my gosh, you've been so influenced by Dave Rogers and Clayton Lucas. Ace serve delivered.
Lefty serve of Micheletto, how he can slide this ball from the left shoulder, or the right shoulder to left for Rok Mozic. Leans back a little bit, wanting to soak up the power, and he gives up the angle of the platform.
A little more air comes out of the gym when Micheletto is serving. For exactly this. What a set! What a set! Slovenia with spectacular play.
Klanincic puts this ball on a platter for Tonček Stern.
Unbelievable set.
And then Stern finds the only space available, the gap between the block and defense. Goes full commit on the swing.
Tied at 3s, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now 10.
Any more, I'm going to need to take my shoes and socks off.
No, thank you. Well, here you go.
Kazimiernik again makes the right read, and able to affect swing from Micheletto on the pipe.
And it's it, you see the look across the net and stuffed.
Mozic needs to once more not fall into the trap of trying to power up on everything. He has some space to work on the line. Domino able to easily get the tempo right against the strong swing.
Giga Stern, put it up. Again, Ziga.
Tonček misses the line.
He knows it too immediately.
Timeout Fabio Soli.
3-point run by Italy. What an up.
Stay where we decide to go every ball, every situation.
We only caught the latter part of that. The attack points and the distribution of where it's been going. The deep line getting a lot of work.
Finding that corner has been effective for Slovenia. I think the important thing from Fabio Soli, when the team needs clear information, he gives them clear information. When he needs discipline, he provides discipline.
Slowed down. Oh! Ridiculous by Italy.
Gulo arrives at exactly the right moment. Time times it beautifully from the center of the court. Good read situation for him.
4 unanswered points by Italy. Caught off guard. Great defense now. Now we saw some spectacular defensive plays by Slovenia in the last set. This one, it's Italy.
Italy made a couple of really fantastic defensive touches earlier before the timeout. One from Gianelli. This time Lavia throws out the arm. Change will be made for Slovenia.
Once again.
Contract turned out Nick Mijanovic in. Also, Uros Planinsic will leave the court. His place, Mitch Nidic. Very challenging situation for a young player to come in for Nidic.
Now it's unforced errors, and look at this run. 6 consecutive points for Italy, and a must-win set for Slovenia.
This is the moment going away from Slovenia. The changes being rung in on Brachko. Take Modric's place in the court. Jones tries to bite off too much on the last swing. And that's those choices. How fine the margin is for Modric to be on.
There's a break. For Slovenia, is it going to be their dream diverted? They'll still play for a medal if they lose this match, but it will be for bronze.
They're hoping right now that the change in personnel gives them that couple of points for Italy to try and figure out what the different situation is on the other side of the net. A lot of pressure on these young players to come in and force that change to happen. Mijanovic only forces his ball long. Italy, 17-11, and look like they're cruising towards their first gold medal playoff in the VNL.
They won the bronze twice, but they've never played for gold.
Oh, Nidic!
What a set!
That is incredible body control, lovely use of the right hand, and 5 years ago, 10 years ago, this play was unheard of. Now it is commonplace for a young player to come into the game and feel confident that this is a skill that they have.
Where is everybody?
Brachko's first serve handled easily by the Italian reception. Gigerstern sells out on the middle. Jumping with Gianelli. Lavia.
Chased down by Balazzo. Romano, can you get it, Vintage? No. It's slipping away for Slovenia.
Challenge coming from Slovenia for a net touch. It's going to be the timeout. Slovenia still do have a timeout in hand. Just to try and slow the momentum of the game a little bit. There's a good spot as well.
Wow. Not only did it slow the game, but it overturns the point. Great challenge for them.
Props to the Slovenian coaching staff spotting that one.
If Slovenia is going to make a move, it feels like it needs to be right now. Oh my. Off the block to the antenna, and Italy continues.
Kind of working with the momentum of the block to his advantage. All it takes now from Italy is to not completely fall apart. They'll be finding themselves playing for a VNL medal as there is an ace serve from Gargiulo straight down the middle into the seam between Brachko and Stern. Italy into the 20s in their second and final timeout for Slovenia.
defensive. Let's go. Starting position and one here. Okay. Step left like this. The ball between. We can go and we can cover. Okay. We don't have to start in the center because then we are late on this fast ball. Okay. Responsibility of this man. Step and go. Leave the left side. Here, go.
Detailed instruction.
And while it may feel for Slovenia that this game is getting out of hand, as you've said, they have another game to play tomorrow, the chance to leave VNL with a medal and also to keep developing their game style leading into World Championships as well. It's potentially a loss right now, but they need to take every moment they have on court together.
Munjanovic hung in the air for a moment. Romano sitting in it, beautiful dig. Just get hit. And then punch back, Munjanovic.
Yannick Kovacic sitting pretty on defense. Then just another chance. Munjanovic, ball pops up and he's good to go. It's Nadic still head to the bench. His job done for set 4. Tonček Stern serving. Means probably fall on Rachko or Kovacic to be setting should Slovenia get into transition.
Slovenia down by 6. So that's good, but the pass is better. Run it right up the middle.
Lavia unflustered in reception. Situations that make things so simple for Italian volleyball when they're in control. Janovic heads to the bench. Mladincic turns to the court.
Softened by the tape, back to the middle. Everybody looking at it.
Almost like there was too much time on the Stelika attack where he also found the tape. Gets caught a little bit tight. Pulls it through to the corner for a point. You get a serve.
Through the middle. Italy now is playing like world rank number 2. We expect.
Yeah, they're looking that confident, comfortable. Okay, we'll just side out at the next point. We'll keep some pressure on with serve, allow block and defense to do a bit of extra work. When the side out went wandering in set 2, all of a sudden they did not look like the second best team in the world by the rankings.
Tonček Stern, heads up play.
Not just keeping behind the block, making Velasco take an extra step. Stern knows the defense is going to the line against him. There's another half a meter or so in the middle of the court available.
Stalakar now serving. Trailing by 6 is Slovenia. And it's just devastation. Just one after the other, relentless.
Well, the ball is almost always in a really good position for Simona Gianelli to distribute. See the Slovenian block is split.
Botolo in for Galassi.
He's a really fun player to watch. I've really enjoyed his work throughout the Italian League season. Now getting to show it for the Italian national team.
Serve was out, but what have you liked about Botolo that you've seen?
When he's on, he is virtually unstoppable. He can be a force of nature on the court, which for a player who's not really physically dominant, and he took his team with him. He dragged them along into moments where they probably weren't expecting to get there. When he was on, they can win any game they were in. They were fearless.
His best match, 18 points. 1 win versus Argentina. That's statistically, of course. You can have a best match in a different way. To the middle. Just creating a little space. And here they are. It is point Italy.
That fraction of a different bit of time in transition for the Slovenian block to get reset is the advantage Kylian needs to find Gargiulo.
Italy on the cusp of advancing to the gold medal match. Giga Stern, not so fast, my friend.
Ozic handles the reception well in rotation 1. There is no room for error now for Slovenia. Italy just 1 point away, playing for a VNL championship.
They've done it. Italy has beaten Slovenia in 4 and advanced to the gold medal match.
In the end, the VNL dream comes, the gold medal dream for Slovenia comes to an end. For Italy, they find their way for the first time, an opportunity to play for a VNL gold medal. But it was not easy for the Italians, being forced to find their rhythm again after a really consistent and determined performance. Slovenia asked a lot of good questions.